million. All right, let me get everybody up in here first. What's up with you? I got my scouts in the building. What's up with you guys? I got Instagram in the building. What's up with you? KC fan base, what's up with you? Angel, what's up with you? AP, what's up with you? Albert, what's up with you? I got some work. They work there redoing my bathroom upstairs, and my studio is adjacent to my bathroom, aka meaning it's in my bedroom. And we're doing some work on my bathroom this morning, so that's why I'm in the garage sweating like a Hebrew slave. You know what I'm saying? But yo, what's up to everybody that's on Facebook? I see you, Justin. I see you. What's up with you, Sin City? What's up with you, OG Douglas? What up with you, Skirt? What up with you, Bishop? DQ, what's up with you, Kellen? What up with you, Mike Nugent, the original first guy to ever watch my show? I appreciate you. Brenda, how you doing this morning? Good morning, Miss Marcy. Good morning, Cyrus. How you doing? What's up to everybody on YouTube? Let me get over here to YouTube real quick because I know y'all always showing the kid you love on YouTube. So let me show some love to YouTube real quick. Let me get it up. But hey, man, how y'all feeling this morning, though? Like, how y'all feeling this morning? Y'all feeling good? Zeke is back, man. Zeke is back. The Dallas Cowboys, it's already been announced, but the Dallas Cowboys, if you've been living under a rock for the last, like an hour or so, or not even an hour, probably the last day or so, because they really started it yesterday when they was following him everywhere that he went in the world. But Ezekiel Elliott went ahead and signed a mega deal with the Dallas Cowboys, which will extend him. He will basically be a Dallas Cowboy for the next 6 years, because remember, he still has this year left on his regular contract, and then he also is going to pick up another year on his extension. So, on the actual deal that they gave him. So, Ezekiel Elliott is going to be re-signed with the Dallas Cowboys for around $100 million. If you include what he already has on his contract right now, this is an extension, around 101. His total contract is around, because they still have they still have the 5-year contract, the 5-year deal that they originally signed. The contract that they originally signed him on as a rookie, and then they also have this extension. So his total amount of time that the Dallas Cowboys will have Zeke for is 7 years, and it's going to total around 107 million, because he had 90 million, and then he had 12 left on what he already has. He had 7 this year and 6 next year, the year after that. So the total amount is a 7-year deal. The total contract that Zeke's on right now, the total contract that we have him for right now is 7 years. And I got to go inside because this Wi-Fi is acting weird. 7 years and $102 million. But the new extension on his contract, is 5 years worth 90. But most importantly, man, Ezekiel Elliott is the highest paid running back in the NFL today, as of today. And to be honest with you, I believe he 100% deserved it. Ezekiel Elliott has led the NFL 2 out of the 3 years in rushing. He has led the NFL 2 out of the 3 years in first down attempts, and he's also led the NFL 2 out of 3 years in yards per average. So this is not just a guy that's just getting a whole bunch of yards. This is a guy that's being effective in your offense. And it was right that the Dallas Cowboys rewarded him for what he has done. Now, I know a lot of people were saying that, Zeke was still under contract and that he didn't deserve this and he didn't deserve that. Well, guess what? Jerry Jones didn't agree with you. You know what I'm saying? So for all those smarts out there, it's crazy, man, because I still have people. I had to tell somebody to smack themselves today, man. I almost wanted to block this person. They're talking about oh yeah, but watch when Zeke watch when he does this and when he does that. And I was like, dang, bro, that's really spoken like a true Cowboy fan. Like now that, this is the thing, man. If you didn't believe that Zeke was worth the money, it's okay, because you was wrong. And you're not going to be the first time you were ever being wrong in life. You was just wrong this time. You know what I'm saying? So don't just, don't be one of them crazy fans that start wishing ill will, man. Today is a day of jubilation. Today is a good day. You know what I'm saying? The Dallas Cowboy organization. Hey, I'm going inside because my service is acting weird. So I'm not going to be able to read y'all comments like that. Just letting you know. I'm about to go inside. My internet is tripping. All right, now I'm right by it now. So, back to what you're saying. If you were one of those people that was under the impression that Zeke wasn't going to get paid because of, Jerry Jones is, enduring, will to stay to his word. And man, you kind of sold yourself out on your own lie. Why? Because, man, I think we have done a really good job We have done a really good job here at Dallas Cowboy Scouting, myself, West Coast Cowboy. I think we've done a really good job of pointing out every time Jerry Jones said something and then he changed his mind or changed the way he felt on it. I think we did a really good job of like keeping you guys up to date on that. So a lot of this stuff, man, at this point of the game, a lot of you guys should have been like, okay, West Coast, we get it now. We see what the heck is happening. Because at the end of the day, man, this was literally a smear tactic. This was a smear tactic that the Dallas Cowboys tried to use against Ezekiel Elliott to try to bring his value down. And I love the fact that his agent and that his representatives continue to turn the fire up and continue to hold their ground and show them that, yo, man, you're not going to devalue me, man. You're not going to draft me 4th overall and then use me up and then just franchise. Because just think about it, man. Some of the stuff that some of y'all was saying was just pure evil, man. Oh, you know what we should do? We should just run Zeke for 4 years. Then we can franchise tag him for 2 years and then just let him go. Like, there was people putting out articles about doing that to Ezekiel Elliott. And in my opinion, that is just crazy, man. If you are ever in a position where you can actually foresee someone trying to do some shady stuff to you, it is your job to try to get in front of that and change the way they look at you or change the way they view of you. And that's what Ezekiel Elliott did. I totally understand why Ezekiel Elliott couldn't come to training camp. He could not go to training camp. Imagine if Zeke was at training camp. Imagine if Zeke was at training camp while Jerry Jones is saying all this crap to him. Because think about this, man. Jerry Jones was still going to do what he had to do to try to get this deal as low as possible. He was still going to do whatever it is he had to do. So imagine Zeke being at practice and you still have the Jerry Who comment. You still have the, we don't need, we need a rushing champion to win a Super Bowl comment still comes out. You're still going to have those comments still come out from Jerry Jones's mouth. So imagine how weird that relationship would have been with Zeke being at practice. Now, I want to let you guys know that Jerry Jones, obviously they weren't telling the whole truth, because think about this. Even though they were trying to lead us to believe that, Zeke is going to have to come back and he's going to have to figure this out and figure that out. Did you guys know this is actually reported by Mike Fisher. Mike Fisher actually said that the Dallas Cowboys gave Ezekiel Elliott a playbook and provided him with film so that he could understand what's going on in this season, when this holdout is over. So you know what that lets me know? At some point, Jerry Jones knew that this was not going into the season. This was not going into the season, because if Jerry Jones really thought that there was a chance of this going to the season, he wouldn't give Zeke he was working with Zeke while working against him. Why? Because Jerry Jones knew in the back of his mind that this was not going to go into the regular season. Why? Because I keep telling you guys, Stephen Jones is young. Jason Garrett is young. Zeke is young. Dak Prescott is young. The only old person in this whole criteria where time is ticking and they getting older is Jerry Jones. That's the only person. So guess what? I knew at some point Jerry Jones was going to give in. Like, I just knew it. Like, we weren't talking about like a guy who has like exception, has like something who's pretty good. You're talking about a guy who's been nominated as one of the better players in the entire league. Like, in the entire league. And I'm going to be honest with you, which would have been worse for Jerry Jones? To just swallow the pill and say, you know what? We're going to pay Zeke. Or you go out there and you don't pay Zeke and then you start losing games. Which one makes you look worse? The losing the games. So Jerry Jones knew that, hey, if I'm going to put myself in a position where we might come into a situation where games might be harder, we're not going to lose games because of what I did. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It had to happen, man. It had to happen, man. It had to happen. Just like my auntie, Erica Wilson, her beautiful book that she wrote about her lifestyle. When Erica Wilson is Alan Hearns' mom, a really good friend of mine. And she wrote a book called It Had to Happen. And guess what, man? They need to write a part 2 called It Had to Happen with Ezekiel Elliott. Why? Because it had to happen. We knew this was going to happen, man. And shout out to all you guys that was on the right side of history. So now that we've gotten that out the way, what's next? Because now we got to move on. All right. Now, I've given you guys an ample time to go on social media and erase all the crazy text messages. I think I have. All the text messages, inboxes, all that stuff. I think I gave you ample enough time to go on and erase all that stuff so that doesn't affect you guys anyway, right? So everybody's starting off fresh and clean this morning, right? So this is how it's going to work on Sunday. I am under the impression, what's up, Lil Wino? Appreciate you for joining us. Hey, I am under the impression that on Sunday, when the Dallas Cowboys running the ball on average between 23 and 26 times, I think they're going to give Zeke about 15, 16 carries. That's what I believe. Then you're going to have a guy like Tony P and Alfred Morris help out with the load. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you guys some secrets. This Giants defense is really, honestly, in my opinion, more predicated on the Dallas Cowboys throwing the ball this weekend. And to be honest with you, if you look at who has been effective in this preseason, you should really be looking for Dak Prescott and Michael Jeezy to have themselves a pretty damn good game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even saying that the Dallas Cowboys will really even not necessarily need Zeke, because we don't need Zeke. But what I'm saying is this defense that we're going to be playing against, this Giants defense, is going to be predicated on us passing the ball. Their secondary is weak. And with it being weak, throw the ball. Allow Ezekiel Elliott to do what he normally does. And to be honest with you, if Zeke only gets like 70, 80 yards in his first game, I'm okay with that, because guess what? Even with 80 yards, that will be one of the better week 1 games that Zeke's ever had. Why? Because typically Zeke, it takes him 1 or 2 games to get himself going. So, I mean, if Zeke can give me 70, 80 yards in this game, I'm perfectly fine with that. Why? Because that's what he basically does, you know, his first week outing. Like, if you go look at statistically in history, I think his first week, when he was 2016, his rookie year, I think he did like 55 yards, 56 yards or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And next year we did the same thing. So I am okay with Zeke being around that 70 to 80 yard mark this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I know that they're gonna use Tony Pollard, and they're gonna also use Alfred Morris to carry that load a little bit. But like I said, man, this week it shouldn't be the Zeke show, man. This should be the Dak Prescott and Michael Gallup show. Like, Michael Gallup and Dak Prescott should go off. Why? Because they've been in practice. Those are the only 2 weapons on our team that's been in practice every week. You know what I'm saying? So we need to funnel our offense through Dak Prescott and Michael Jeezy. And then as we can allow Zeke to do him, allow him to do him. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel Elliott, you have the entire season to prove that you are worth this money. Don't try to prove it against the Giants. That's not going to help us. Zeke, you proved that you were worth this money and that you was worth this way by making it through the entire contract. You know, because I know these super athletes, man, they get really, into this media stuff, and they start thinking, man, I want to show these guys that I'm worth this money. No, Zeke, don't show us. Don't show us versus the Giants. Show us through your career that you're worth the money. You know what I'm saying? We believe you. We have faith in you. But I want to get Zeke ready for this long stretch. And what I've seen is a lot of players who hold out tend to get injured. Why? Because they get in there and they're trying to get it all back on one play. You know what I'm saying? Ezekiel Elliott, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Allow this offense to be new and fresh, and feed this offense through Dak Prescott and Michael Gallup. Like, that's where this offense should be going through this weekend. And, man, I'm just so excited, man. Your boy West Coast will be in the building, so you guys already know what it is, man. Make sure you guys tune in. I'll be getting on a plane Friday at about like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, going out to Dallas for week 1. I'm really trying to decide now if I want to go to week 2 or not. But but I know for sure I'm gonna be at week 1, and I'll be at a couple other weeks. But man, I'm really, really excited, man. And you guys should be really excited too, man. For everybody that held tough, man, everybody who held you, who really like stayed the course of history, man, then salute to you, man. And then also for everybody that stayed the course and did not pay attention to all that crap that Jerry Jones and the media was putting out, salute to you also. And also, most importantly, use that understanding that you had for the next time we have a contract, that you don't go crazy. Because I'm going to tell you what happens a lot of times. People will watch Jerry Jones try to screw over his best player and not pay him. And then when another best player come up, we'll forget all about what happened with Zeke. Because I'm going to be honest with you. This exact same thing happened to Dez Bryant. This exact same thing happened to Travis, all these other guys. Not Travis Frederick, but Zach Martin, because Zach Martin had to hold out. You know what I'm saying? So with that, make sure you guys remember, the process of what it took to get paid. Now, Jalen Smith is paid. Not Emmitt Smith. Emmitt Smith is paid, obviously. Jerry Jones. Wait, who's paid? Jalen Smith is paid. Lyle Collins is paid. Demarcus Lawrence is paid. All your offensive line is paid. The only person on the offensive line is not paid right now is Connor Williams. He's on a rookie contract. But think about this, man. Your entire offensive line is signed through 2023. That's ridiculous, right? Your entire offensive line that Zeke is going to run against is signed until 2023. Tyron Smith is signed to 2023. Zach Martin is signed to 2024. Lyle Collins is 2024. Fredericks is 2023. So Ezekiel Elliott is going to have the exact same offensive line for the next 3 years, man. I smell production. I smell consistent production. And if we can throw some wrinkles in there with better play calling, man, we're looking for ourselves a good season, man. There's no excuses, man. Like, there's no excuses, man. I know Zeke is going to have his moments of him getting used and acclimated, and we have to give that to him. We have to give Zeke at least 1 to 2 games to get himself acclimated. You know what I'm saying? Remember, we don't want Zeke to try to make up all that time in one game. We don't want that to happen. Because when you do that and what happens? You make mistakes, you fumble the ball, you get hurt. That's just what it is. Zeke, you cannot make up this time in the Giants game. You are going to make it up by whipping on these defenses consistently through your career. And that's what we want to see, Zeke. Matter of fact, Zeke, you ain't got nothing to prove, bro. Like, real talk, Zeke, if you watching, you ain't got nothing to prove. You've already proved it. That's why you got the contract. Like, you didn't get this contract because of what you're gonna do. Zeke, you got this contract because of what you've already done in the NFL. So, Zeke, all I want you to do is go be yourself, bro. That's it. Go be yourself. And if you be yourself, Zeke, I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Don't be nothing but yourself. Hey, man, they said my live is tripping right now, so I apologize for that, man. You guys already know what it is. Never look down. Let me go back out here to this Facebook and see if I can fix it or not. They're doing some work on my house this morning. Like I told you guys, I got like 50,000 people up here working on my house this weekend. I'm trying to get it all done before this week is up, but it looks as if my live is going out bad, and I apologize for that. I'm going to go ahead and hop off all here on